Hey guys, welcome to Mr. Smith's Kitchen. Brian, Mr. Smith, this is the kitchen. Today we're coming from the kitchen at any rate. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Glad you found me. Hope you get something out of this. If you're returning, thank you. That means I'm doing something right. I appreciate you stopping by, taking time out of your busy day to hang with me for a little bit. If you are new to my channel, basis of the channel is we're just documenting me, things I do. We do a lot of cooking, a lot of dinners, some side dishes, some baking. We have talks, just do a little chit chat. Sometimes I like to rant and rave. We do some canning, just basically things I do. And I share it with you and hopefully future generations of my family long after I'm gone so they get to know me. But anyhow, while I'm thinking about it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you'd be so kind. Thumbs up, thumbs downs are always nice. Comments, love comments. Love to spark conversation. All I ask is if you keep them civil. Think before you speak. Because I would hate to have to mute you and block you and all that other stuff. I'd much rather have just good conversation. So think before you speak. That way we don't offend anybody. We're not a big community, but we are, a good community, and I like it that way. And also on occasion, if you are new, you'll get to meet my wife, Chris, two of my three daughters, Abby and Sarah. Taylor you may see on occasion, but she's all grown up now and out doing her thing. And then there's my son, Brian, who's been out doing his own thing for quite a while now. He's rather old. So that being said, I just heard a giggle. Today, I thought, since, it's the holiday season and things get hectic, and if you've been following me for a while now, I like to do a lot of, at least lately, a lot of crock pot meals. I'm kind of re-falling in love with the crock pot. And now, with all the other stuff we have going on, like today, not only are we making this meal, but we've also got some Christmas decorations outside to go through. We've been decorating the inside. By we, I mean Chris and the girls, mostly Chris. But I've got outside decorations to go through, make sure they're all working, and so we can get those up. I've got some canning to do, and I've got pumpkins I got to process. I'm going to cut those up today, and then tomorrow I'll can them. But there's just a lot going on. So I thought, there's a white chicken chili, which is what we're doing today, recipe. I actually have I have two that I want to try. One doesn't require a crock pot, requires a stock pot, which I don't have time to sit here and watch, and it's a little labor intensive, but we'll probably do that down the road. And then I have this one, and then we have one that we use that's just a seasoning packet that has some chili or some chicken and some other stuff too. To make it. But this one here in the crock pot, it's kind of a dump meal, and if you don't know what a dump meal is, it's, you just dump the stuff in the crock pot, turn it on and let it go. Doesn't require a whole lot of work. And it has a lot of ingredients that you probably have around your house. And if you don't, it's okay because all this stuff is really inexpensive. You could probably make this whole meal minus the chicken for well under $5. And it's a versatile dish. You can add and take away whatever you like. I'm just giving you a base of what I would want in it. When I was looking for a recipe for this that I could do in a crock pot, I actually came across several different recipes. So what I did was I snagged a little bit out of everybody's recipes and I created my own. And then you can do the same. But anyhow, why don't we get started with this? And then that way we can get her cooking. That way I can get busy doing all the stuff I got to do for the day. And I'm sure you've got a lot of stuff that you want to do today too, so you don't want to sit here and listen to me ramble. So let me get you down here to the crock pot and we'll look at some what we got going on here as soon as I remember how to operate this camera stand. So I know I didn't put a video out yesterday for talking, and to be honest with you, it was just a long day at the office and didn't get time. But I wanted to really talk about turning 50 and how there's so much more going on with it. And we can still just briefly talk about that here. All right, so first thing you're going to need, really about the only thing you'll need to make this is a crock pot. Inside this crock pot, now most recipes call for about a pound, pound and a half of chicken. and I've probably got closer to 2 pounds in here. Most of them called for white chicken breasts, which I have some, and these are small, and it called for 2 chicken breasts to a pound, pound and a half, 3 if they're small. These are small, so I got 3 in here. But I also have some thighs in here. Yeah, and these are boneless, mostly skinless thighs. I did have to do a little trimming on them. All right, so we're just going to put those in the bottom of the crock pot. Bam, easy. Next things we'll need to go in this, it's just literally some canned stuff and some spices. As always, I do have my recipe written down in my notebook. If it turns out well, we'll keep it in the notebook. If not, pitch it. And that's okay. So the next thing we're going to need to put in here is 1.5 teaspoons or tablespoons of taco seasoning. All right, so I got my taco seasoning right here. You can buy packaged taco seasoning. You can make your own. I have a video a while back. It's under dinner ideas, I believe, in my playlist here on my channel. But I make my own taco seasoning, and it's 1.5 tablespoons of it. Or you can buy a package of it. It's about 1/2 package of taco seasoning. Or you don't have to use this at all. I saw some people just use straight chili powder. Whatever you have, whatever's good for you and your family. In our case, taco seasoning works. As I said, it's 1.5 tablespoons. Got that in there. I am going to add 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. Even though my taco seasoning has some cumin in it, my family really likes cumin. So I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon more. The next thing we're going to need to put in this is 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Or you could use granulated or dehydrated onion, whatever you like. I'm using onion powder. We have all of the above. I heard it on one of the recipes and it sounded kind of good. I'm like, yeah. Now, one thing all the recipes seem to have in common is ranch dressing powder, the mix. I make my own, which once again, if you see the taco seasoning video, it's a seasoning mix video. I show you how to make this also. But you're going to want to use 1/2 package if you buy the packages of ranch dip mix, or 0.5 of an ounce, 1/2 ounce, you know, or if you want more, less. We're going to put that in there. Get that in there. And you know what I did? I forgot an ingredient. Haha. Give me one second. Hey, Chris, can you run downstairs and get me a thing of chicken broth? Thank you. All right, well, while she's going down to get that, because and you will find in most of my videos, I seem to forget at least one thing. Which is okay. We don't have to add it right this second. So we got our ranch dressing in there. The next thing we're going to need to add to this is some Rotel. Now, if you buy your Rotel at the store, it's usually near the Mexican foods, or sometimes with the tomatoes, depending on where you shop. But we make our own. So you just want to get one. If you see 2 different size cans, get the smaller one. Or unless you like Rotel, then get the bigger one. However you want to do it. But anyhow, 1 can of Rotel, or in our case, a jar. And then we're going to add in a can of green chilies. Okay? And these are just fire roasted and peeled green chilies. If you can find Hatch green chilies specifically, great. But I can never find them here in my town. So we just buy the standard green chili, 1 can, big or small, up to you. And then I'm using a can. Thank you, ma'am. Awesome. You are the best. I love you. I'm using 1 can of Herdes Salsa Verde, all right, which you can buy it in bottles, you can buy it in cans. I prefer the cans. Either way, you want to put about 4 to 7 ounces or 1/4 cup of it in here, all right? Because even white chicken chili is actually a salsa verde chili. It's a green chili. The white is mixed with the green. At any rate, almost every recipe I've ever seen and ever had. Like I said, we've got 3 different recipes for it. 1 we've used for years. 2 I've found now that I really want to try. One of them being this one that I created myself. But they all have green chilies in them of some sort. Not all of them have the verde sauce, but that sounded really good. All right, so the next thing we're going to need to add in there is 2 cans of beans. White chili beans is what I'm putting in there. You can use kidney beans. You can use pinto beans, black beans. I've seen every single kind of bean used in this dish. But we prefer the white chili beans. So that's what we're going to use. Which sometime in the next month or so, probably after the first year when things slow down a little bit, I'll show you guys how to can white chili beans. Because they're just great northern beans with spices and chicken broth canned up. But now, and depending on who you talk to, you either drain these or you don't. I drained a little bit off the top, but not much, because this sauce that they're in has a good flavor to it. You know, so, and we want that flavor in the beans. I mean, I would think, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's literally nothing but a handful of spices and some chicken broth. You know, and in this case, probably some preservatives and additives that we don't know how to pronounce, but that's all right. That's all right. I don't have any cans, so we're running with it. All right, so now we need to put in, we're going to start with 2 cups of chicken broth. And today I'm just using store-bought chicken broth. We do make our own, and if you're wondering what 2 cups is, it's a half a box. Each box holds 4 cups. But I think we have used up all our home chicken broth, which I need to make more of. And I have a video on that too also, in case you're curious. But we're going to put about 2 cups in there. Call it a day on that. We're going to take an 8-ounce block, just 1 block of cream cheese. Could be cold, could be warm, room temperature, whatever. We're just going to set that in the center. Then, the last ingredient we're going to put in now, there's only 2 more ingredients left. And that is bacon, about a cup of bacon. You can do more, you can do less. And about a cup of shredded cheese. Okay? Cheese of your choice. It can be any kind of cheese you like. Completely up to you. This is Colby Jack right here. But you could add pepper jack to it. You could add just regular cheddar, sharp, mild, whatever cheese you guys like at your house. That's what you're going to put in there eventually. But we're going to sprinkle this cup of bacon in there. Like such. And you can stir it up. You don't have to. Matter of fact, I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it set like that. Next thing we're going to do, put the lid on it. And we're going to put it on low. That is how we start our chicken chili. So, that is the ingredients list. Quick, fast, and simple. I mean, really. Everything either comes in a can or a package. Unless, of course, you make the stuff yourself. One thing I am going to add about halfway through this. Matter of fact, give me 1 second. We'll just add it now. Hold on for me. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? Missed you. So the one thing I did forget completely, I didn't even write it down on my ingredients list that I wanted to put in this, was corn. Yes, we can our own corn. And corn is really easy to can. This was just frozen corn that I wanted to get out of the freezer. So we canned it. But you'll want to put 1 can of corn in here also. You don't have to drain it or anything like that. You'll want the juice in it. It'll give it that corn flavor. And that's it. So, what do we do now? We let this sit for 6 to 8 hours on low. If you want, you can put it on high and run it 4 to 6 hours. So, but what we're looking to do is let all this mingle a little and cook the chicken. All right, so all that time is going to be for just cooking the chicken, and what it's going to do is as it cooks, not only is it going to cook the chicken, but it's going to make it so it's so tender that it'll be easy to shred. All right, so when we come back in, well, what will be 6, 7 hours for me, a millisecond for you, we will go ahead and shred the chicken and look at what to do next, and probably try it because we're almost done. You know, with this part. I mean, realistically, if you put your chicken in the fridge the day before so it can thaw out if it's frozen, or if it's fresh, awesome. You can literally put this together in like 5 minutes prior to going to work. And then you turn it on when you go to work, you leave, you go to work, you come back home, and all you got to do real quick is shred the chicken and put it all back together. And then you've got a meal, which is awesome. So, I'm going to let this cook and go get some of my other stuff done that I need to get done. And when I come back, we'll move on to the final steps of this and give it a taste. All right? Be back in 1 moment. Okay, well, it's been a long, interesting day. Got a lot accomplished. Got more Christmas decorations out. Got the ones for the outside at least checked today. Um, Entertained my mother-in-law for a little while. She had an interesting one. There was a gas leak in our apartment building, and they evacuated everybody. So she just come over here and hung out with us. But all in all, it's been a good day. We let our white chili chicken hang out in the crock pot for about 6 hours. Let me get you down here because I learned something kind of cool today, and I've already done a couple pieces of chicken up. That's really a neat way to shred chicken, and it turns out well. I mean, I know a dozen ways to shred chicken, but not this one. So let me get you down here real quick, and I'll show you how we shredded the chicken and what the next few steps are. So we'll get you down here, not into the sink, because that's just rude. So, next up, we've let it cook down. We check our chicken to make sure it's at least 160 degrees. Now, I've already done that, and we're actually at 180 degrees, so we're good. So we want to pull the chicken out of here. And like I said, I've already done up a few pieces. I did up a breast and the dark meat, and we're just going to set them in this bowl. All right, just like such. Get them out of there. Now, what I do want to do real quick is take a potato masher, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to smush some of these beans. It serves a couple purposes. It's smashing the beans, which we want. We want that texture in our chili. At least that's the way we do ours. You don't have to smash them. There were a handful of people on the videos I watched this morning that didn't. But everything we make with white beans, whether it be the chicken chili or Chris makes this wonderful pork and it's like a stew, but it's diced up pork chops with white beans and just all kinds of stuff in it. That's absolutely wonderful. But we're gonna go ahead and get some of those smashed down, just like that, quick and easy. And then for the chicken, if you have a hand mixer, honest to goodness, I didn't think this would work, but it does. Take your hand mixer and put it on low. Well, plug it in. Let's plug it in first, because that's the wise thing to do. Just like when we bake, I don't leave stuff plugged in, but occasionally I forget it's unplugged. But then you just turn it on low, and honest to God, I mean, it gets kind of messy. If you're not careful, you don't want to like bury your blender down into the chicken, or it'll fly everywhere. But this is so much easier than sitting here with a fork or pulling it apart with your hands. And you get some of the finest shredded chicken anywhere in all of North America. I kid you not. I'm about to show you. I don't know who thought of that, but look at that. Boom, done. I mean, it literally, I think it took me all of 2 minutes to shred the first pieces. You know, the 2 pieces of dark meat and the 1 chicken breast that I did. I just really wanted to see if it would work. So that method is definitely approved. And look at that. I mean, that is some shredded chicken now. I mean, that's just gorgeous. All I can say is, wow, that's really cool. For sure. So we set this off to the side. And we're going to pull this out so I can actually get to it. So we mashed up our beans in there, right? Not all of them. I mean, it wasn't like we were smushing everything. We want the beans. We just want some of them to be smashed. And then we're just going to dump our chicken back in there along with any other bits that we had. Like such. Let me get my dishes off the lid here real quick. Yeah, then there are some tribulations to working in an incredibly small kitchen. It takes a little getting used to. I'm still learning with it. I hope to not be learning forever, though. I know I've mentioned in past videos, but if you're new, you wouldn't know. Down in the basement, we're actually building another kitchen. Not a like ginormous 800 cabinet kitchen, but a kitchen. There's lots of room down there. I've already got a stove down there. It's our old stove. And I'm going to need to get a handful of cabinets and do some lighting. And that's how we're going to make it happen. All right, so we got we put the chili or the chicken back in the chili. And we got our beans mushed. And that is, my friends, pretty much it. We're just mixing it all back together. I know it smells fantastic. I wish you were here to smell this. So, things to top this with. Oh, wait. Hold on one second. I forgot something. And I actually need to shred some more up. And that's cheese. So, give me 1 second and we'll throw the cheese in here and then we'll give it a taste. All right? Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So, I forgot when, after we got done putting this all together, the cheese I had cut up, I had decided to make me and Chris some breakfast. We had just some scrambled eggs, some really fluffy scrambled eggs, and I had made potato cake patties, fried potato patties out of some leftover mashed potatoes that we had to use up the mashed potatoes. It's always a good idea to use those. If you want to see how they're made, let me know and I'll show you how we make them. All right, so we're going to dump this cheese in here. Now, things you can top this with. You can top it with jalapenos, sour cream. The standard is sour cream and a little more cheese and some jalapenos. But the principle behind the reason why this is just what I read. Okay, so standard beef chili, meat chili, whether it's done with stew meat, hamburger, whatever, is traditionally spicy. Chicken chili came about to make a chili that wasn't so spicy. So this is a little more tame. So when you top this, or at least when I'm going to top it with slices of jalapeno and some more cheese. And then Chris will put sour cream on hers, I'm sure, which is traditional for chicken chili. Sour cream, jalapenos, and a little bit of more cheese. I will forego the sour cream. I like sour cream, but I think in my opinion, if you put sour cream on something, I think it takes away from the flavor. It's good in it, but not so much on it. So, that being said, that's it. The cheese is melted in there. Now all I gotta do is just grab a bowl real quick, and we'll ladle some out and give it a try. Before we give it a try, I should check it for salt and pepper. I mean, really. So I think I will. Although I don't know if it's going to need any, but we'll give it a shot just the same. It never hurts to check. Me and Chris don't use a lot of salt. We just don't. I think and we use it to enhance the flavor, but we don't use it much to on our dishes. And no, that is perfect. Just the way it is. Holy cow, that tastes good. Alright. As far as things that you can plate this with, or bowl it with in this case, you could eat it just plain on its own. You could have bread and butter. Or like tonight, I'm getting ready as soon as we try this and before we eat. I'm just going to make up some Jiffy Mix cornbread. Yeah, it takes like 5 minutes in the oven. But there we are. That is how we're going to roll this. And I'm going to try it. And like I said, you can top it with whatever you like. There is no set rules. That's kind of the beauty of cooking. And when you cook, you make it your own. There's no real rules other than your meat should be cooked. You know, and even that, depending on what it is, all chicken should be cooked. Hamburger should be cooked because of its density. But other than that, you know, It's pretty much free reign. You add to your dishes what you like, what you don't like, what your family likes, what they don't like. And make it your own. Like I said, this is like 5 different recipes I found combined into one. I took everything that I thought I would like, my family would like, and made my own chicken chili. And I mean, you can try my recipe. Hands down, take it. It's yours. Run with it. But anyhow, let's see how she tastes. Yep. I taste just like chicken chili. I it's good. I would definitely recommend this recipe or trying a chicken chili recipe. But I gotta have one more bite. It's really just that good. I mean, you can taste the Rotel, and you can taste the chilies in it, the green chilies, the verde. You can taste it in it. You can taste the cream cheese. I mean, you just all those spices, the ranch dressing. It doesn't taste like ranch, like a ranch dip at all. It adds to it. That combination right there, with the amounts, gives it enough that they all play well together. Plus, they got to play together now for 8 hours. They're all 7 hours at any rate. They got to know each other, and form a bond and come together in this. So that being said, I'm gonna get some cornbread muffins made real quick, and then we're gonna eat supper. I know everybody's hungry. It is after 7 o'clock now, and everybody's starving to death. Everybody's had a long day between school and just working around the house. So, give us a try. Let me know what you think. Or if you already have a chicken chili recipe, or you try it and you add different things to it, let me know what you do. That'll be fun. It'll spark a good conversation. If you do try this recipe, let me know what you think. You can tell me, and be honest. Be like, Brian, this was, horrible. I don't know why you even put this on YouTube. Or, I mean, if you think it's great, I did. It was great. We enjoyed it. We're going to make it again. Then let me know. I'll be curious either way. So, that being said, tomorrow we're going to do a Boston cream pie. And I think it's my first time ever. No, it's Boston cream pie, honey. It's a cake, but it's called a pie. And I'll even explain the history of why it's called a pie, even though it's cake. But we're going to try that tomorrow. I've never made one before. It's got some new processes to it that I've never tried, and we'll see how that turns out. I'm sure it'll be fun either way it goes, really. But try this. All right. I love you. I love you very much. Tell somebody else you love them and love them very much. Take them some white chicken chili. You'll guarantee to have leftovers. That's 4 quarts. Or freeze it. But you should share. Play nice with your neighbors. So until tomorrow for Boston cream pie, I'll see you then. All right. I love you.